Alright, what's up, guys? I'm gonna be showing off my handmade jam project. Um, so yeah, this is I made this using the Raylib framework for UI. It's my first time using Raylib, so it was fun to try out. But what this tool is, it's a zero-based budgeting tool. And if you haven't heard of that, basically it's similar to tools like you need a budget. These other like popular budgeting tools, where how I've had it explained to me is that you could think of it as this like enveloping method, where basically like each of your budget categories, you could think of it as you have a physical envelope for each of your categories. And when you have money in the bank, then you take that money and you place it into each of these envelopes. So in this case, like I have some categories right here. I'd have an envelope for rent, one for utilities, one for burgers, and then one for my dog. Um, so when I get paid, I'll put cash into each of the envelopes. So, I'll put $2,000 in my rent envelope, 200 in my utilities envelope, stuff like that. And then when it comes time to pay my rent, then I'll take the 2 grand out of the envelope and I'll use that to pay my rent bill. And then same with all this other stuff. So yeah, it lets you categorize it. Like basically, it lets you take each dollar from your bank account and like assign a job to each dollar. Um, so yeah, I have this budget page right here, and I have my categories up here. Yeah, rent, utilities, burgers, and dog. Here, I'll add one more. I'll add coffee in there. So yeah, I can hit new category and add as many as I want. And I'll do sandals. And then so yeah, then we go over to the transaction page, and this is where you'll see all of the transactions from your bank. So let's say I got paid today, job, and they paid me $1,000. Holy crap. So yeah, you'll see that my category is ready to assign. This means this money is it's looking for a job, okay? And then I got my balance up here to reflect the new money I just got. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the budget page, and then so let's say my rent is $2,000, but I only have 1,000 right now. Well, I'll just put $500 in this rent envelope for now, and then I'll just worry about that later, okay? Utilities, I'll put $200 in here, so you could see the ready to assign number up here. It subtracts as I put money into these envelopes. So it's at 500 right now. I'll put $200 in my utility envelope. Now it's down to 300. And then burgers, that's gonna be a pricey one, so I'll put $100 in there. Dog, put another 100. And then coffee, I'll put $20 in there. And then the sandals I'll hold off on for now. So yeah, you could see this is the money I have assigned to each of these categories. And then if you see this column on the right, this is the money that's available. So this means I have $500 available to spend on rent and 200 on utilities, blah blah blah. So it's a little confusing right now, but it'll become clear in a second what's gonna happen. So let's say I go out and I just go crazy on burgers. So I went to Burger Town, and I spent like $60 because I was just so hungry. And I assigned this category to burgers. Now if I look over here, you could see now in this column $60 is showing up here. Oh wait, sorry, this needs to be negative. Hold on, hold the phone. All right, so I spent because. Here I made $1,000, and then here I spent $60, so it's going negative. So now I go over here, and you see there's negative $60 in this column. And then in my available column, I only have $40 left. So I'm like, dude, this $100 that I had to sign to burgers, just spent that. Only $40 left. Let's do some more. So yeah, let's say I went to Starbucks. I got a cup of coffee. Negative $7. James Charles drink. It's expensive. So now I have $13 left there. You kind of get the idea. Now let's say I have to pay rent. So rent gets paid, and that's a pricey one. So that's $2,000. Uh-oh, we're negative in the balance now. So you could see, so the bill hit. I only had $500 assigned now, so now I'm negative 1,500 in the pit. So that's not great. Um, so now let's say I wait a couple weeks. I'm just like, man. And then my job comes through. They give me, let's say I sold some stocks because I was not doing too hot. So got 1,800. Now my balance is in the positive. And I have some money that should be ready to assign. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, now I have 1880 ready to assign. So now I'll put 2,000 in there, and now that puts me in the clear here. So yeah, that about wraps it up. Pretty simple project. I had a rough time at like working on it because I was a lot more ambitious with the project at the start. I was trying to do something a lot more like handmade, but then I realized it was like really hard to do. So I kind of scrapped everything that I was working on for the first couple days, and then this morning I just went full on with the Raylib implementation. So I'm happy that I was able to get something out. So yeah, thanks for reviewing. I had a good time doing this. And yeah.